Reason yako yekudzokera kumusha haifaniri kunge iri fear yekuti uri kutya dhudhula, yekuti uri kutya home affairs, yekuti uri kutya the cost of living muSouth Africa, or yekuti uri kutya matsotsi or anything. But reason yako yekudzokera kumusha inofanira kuva faith kuti zvinhu zvichanokushandira wadzokera kumusha. Just as you did pawakauya kunoku, wakauya kunoku not uine fear, waisatya anything back kuZimbabwe, but wakauya kunoku uine faith yekuti zvinhu zvako zvichakufambira wausvika kunoku. So now, shandisa that same faith. Many South Africans are celebrating kuti tabudirira pakudzinga ma-foreigners, not knowing kuti maybe 60% of the people who are going back to their countries right now havasi kudzokera nekuda kwekuti vadzingirirwa kana kuti varohwa. Havasi kutombodzokera nekuda kwekuti kuSouth Africa kwakutyisa. South Africa yanga yagara ichitongotyisa kubva kare nakare, kubva tichipinda taitoona vanhu vachibayiwa nemapanga. But many people are just relocating because they have actually found a real reason to go back home. Because taisingadi kuti tikadzokera unonzi makauya nei. But right now tongoudza kuti muri kuziva vanhu zviri kuitika kuSouth Africa, and people back home will accept us. So people are using this opportunity yekutodzokera kumusha because vanhu vanga vagara vaida kudzokera. Also another reason why vanhu vaida kudzokera kumusha inyaya yekutoti South Africa iyo pachayo yatoda kwawo. Munda wakakohwewa kare. Vanhu vakauya kare kuma 2005, 2006, 7, 8, 9, 10 ndo vanhu vakaita mari ivavo, ndo vanhu vakawana mapermits ivavo, ndo vanhu vane life iri better muSouth Africa. Vanhu vakazouya after 2010 zvichiuya kumberi uku, yeah, vanazvo havo, but actually zvavanazvo hazvidadisi. So why do you not have faith that things will work out in your country? As a believer, you must have faith that things are going to work out in your country when you go back. Because kusava nefaith kureva kuti hauchato-trust Mwari. You trusted God when you were coming here. Now you should trust God again when you are going back to your country. Fear-clouded decisions lead to chaos, but faith brings clarity. When you have fear, you will make desperate choices and you will do things in rush, ending up you are losing property, or you are leaving behind businesses that were ongoing, or you are selling things cheaper because you want to rush and run away from situations. But when you have faith, you will plan things. You will lose a lot when you are running away. You will lose a lot when you do things uri rush. And unoita ma desperate choices kana uri rush. Ndopa yapa unozoona munhu achitengesa maybe TV yaakatenga ne10,000 achitengesa ne2,000. Mota yaakatenga ne50,000 achitengesa ne25,000. Inyaya yekuti uri kuita ma desperate choices and uri kuita zvinhu uri rush zvichikonzereswa nefear iri mauri. But now nefaith unotoita zvinhu zvakaplanwa, zvinhu slowly pasina kumhanya. Unotengesa zvinhu nenguva yako, wakamirira nguva yekuti chinhu chitengwe, uchinyatsochitengesa neactual price pasina kudzingirirwa, pasina fear. With faith unoita zvinhu zvakanamatwa. Kuenda kwako kuZimbabwe kunenge kwakanamatwa. Wakaudza Mwari kuti I am going back home, kana kuti ivo Mwari vakatokutaurira kuti chidzokera kumba. So fear will make you feel like uri kuluza. Zvekuti even wazosvika kuZimbabwe ndopa unozoona munhu akuregreta kuti chii chandakatiza kana ndakabvirei kuSouth Africa. Vanhu vaya vamunozoona vachiti hanzi ndakuregreta kuti ndakauyirei kunoko, inawo yekuti vakaenda ikoko out of pressure or vakaenda ikoko out of fear. So you are going back to a purpose, not to a place. Ziva kuti uri kunoitei before wadzokera. But kana usina faith, hapashandi plan, because hauna kuzvinamatira, hauna kuzvigarira pasi, hauna kuzvironga, ungoita zvekudzingirirwa. So there is a difference between running back to Zimbabwe and going back to Zimbabwe. Running is when somebody is after you and you don't have choice, so you are leaving. But moving back is your plan. Wakazvigarira pasi zvinhu izvi, ukanyatsozvironga nemhuri yako kuti this is what we are going to do. Either tichatambura or tichabudirira. We are going to accept whatever that comes our way. Ndo kuti uri kuita zvinhu nefaith. Kutrusta Mwari kuti Mwari, even zvikasanobuda or zvikabuda, ndicharamba ndinemi. But ukaenda uchitiza, I am telling you, you will regret going back to Zimbabwe. Because waenda usina plan, waenda usina mari, wakatiza mamwe opportunities anga atori paground kuno kuSouth Africa. So God's provision isn't tied to a specific location or to a geographic location. Unofana utongoziva kuti uri muno muSouth Africa, it was God who was providing for you as a foreigner in South Africa. So God is not only in South Africa. God can also provide for you when you are back in your country. So with faith, you will believe that God provided for you while you were in South Africa, And also you will believe that God will still be with you when you are in Zimbabwe. But when you are doing things out of fear, that means you do not have God, and you believe here in South Africa, you were the one providing for yourself, and when you get back home, you are going to be providing for yourselves. So that's why believers are not called to fear. Believers are called to have faith. So if God could protect you, if God could provide for you while you are in a foreign land, what more about when you are home? Kana uri kumusha kwako unoshandisa the rightful documents. So sometimes you need the right paperwork to be in the right place for you to make the right choices and right decisions. The reason why musisina faith muna Mwari right now nekuti muri mu South Africa is because some of us vazhinji vedu tikutoshandisa wedu mapepa enhema. So we know whatever that we are doing here, Mwari is not involved in it. So that's why tisina faith muna Mwari. But in your own country, with your ID, with whatever that you can do, unoshanda ne faith because hauna chitsotsi chauri kuita, une mapepa akakwana. So God shall supply all your needs according to his riches in Jesus Christ. So moving in fear magnifies the giants. Moving in fear magnifies Satan. But moving in faith magnifies God. Let me give you an example. The spies who went to spy the promised land, they went and they saw giants and they retreated. They were afraid. But Joshua and Caleb, they also saw the same thing. They saw the giants, but they still went in. They were successful. They entered. So if you have fear, you will only see the negative. You will only see the giants. If you have fear, you will see problems in Zimbabwe. You will see bad things that challenges you. If you have fear. But when you have faith like Joshua and Caleb, you even come back with the fruits of that land. In faith, you are going to be fruitful in Zimbabwe. But with fear, you are going to struggle because you are magnifying the giants. You are magnifying the enemy. You should be magnifying God. Fear is faith in the negative. So with faith, you acknowledge that Zimbabwe has problems, but you will overcome them. But with fear, you will always complain against the government, complain about anything, anyone. You always complain. You even complain about your parents. Where were my parents when these other parents were doing this? You are not responsible of anything when you have fear. But when you have faith, you'll be responsible for everything. You will even take care of your family because you are a responsible person. God is calling you to be responsible. And hausikuzova munhu wokucomplaina, hausikuzova munhu wokungonyunyuta kana uine faith. Kana uine faith, Bible rako rinokutaurira kuti be content with what you have. So kana wazodzokera kumusha papa, unenge uri content. You'll be always glorifying God and God will provide for you. So faith builds a legacy, but fear only seeks for safety. With fear, your goal is only to survive. Your goal is only to be safe. But with faith, you will build. With faith, you will have land. With faith, having a land is having faith that you are going to do something in that land and God is going to make rain pour and then you will harvest. But with fear, you just want to survive. You don't even want to unite with your family. But with faith, you want to reunite with your family. Even if you have wronged them, you know with faith you are going to apologize. But with fear, you want to run away from them. Even when you relocate back to your country, you want to be so much away from them. Zokuti unonotsvaga land kusasuko kana kunana cholocho, only to run away from your family because you are afraid that your family members are also witches. But with faith, you go back to those witches and preach to them the gospel. With faith, you are not only looking for survival. With faith, you are not looking for safety. You are already safe with faith. So with fear, kwauri kubva uri kutiza. With fear, kwauri kuenda kunotyisa. Because kwauri kuenda uri kutya ZANU-PF, kwauri kuenda uri kutya bad economy, kwauri kuenda uri kutya varoi, kwauri kuenda uri kutya family members, kwauri kuenda uri kutya everything. But with faith, kwauri kubva kuri safe, kwauri kuenda kuri safe. So with fear, zvinonzi izvo, the wicked runs even when no one is pursuing them. When you run away from South Africa because of fear, just know wherever you are going, you are always going to be on the run, even when no one is pursuing you, because you think everybody's against you. So like I said, with fear, you even run away from South Africa and then you still run away from your family when you get back home. But with faith, you will leave South Africa peacefully and you will reunite with your family. Even those that wronged you, even those whom you think are witches, you will reunite with them and shake hands with them and preach to them the gospel. But if You have fear always. You will not want to visit that grandma. Hausuda uzoenda kuhama kuti uzonoti nenhamo because uchikaonokorwa tsoka. Because you have fear in your life. Take fear out of your bodies. Take fear out of your houses. Your body is a house. Fear is not good for your health. So peace is good, not panic. If you leave South Africa out of panic, you pack your bags and anxiety will follow you even across the borders. So Colossians 3 verse 15, let the peace of Christ reign in your hearts. So faith allows you to bless your homeland, while fear allows you to curse your homeland. How many people have you heard them saying, kumusha kwakadhakwa, kumusha kwazodai, chanodzoka uko. Everything is bad, complaining about everyone. While those who have faith are blessing their country. I want to go back to my country, so God bless my country. So fear, inenge chitokuti live tonight, you must live next month, or you must live now. But faith, inenge chitirongedza mabhegi ako, uyende. So finally, what you are crying for is freedom. And true freedom is obeying God, not running away from hardships. Because wherever you go, unongowana hardships akakumirira. Also wherever you go, unowana Mwari vakakumirira. So if you are for God, you will leave South Africa, leaving God here, and you will find God in Zimbabwe. And if you are running away from problems, you will leave problems here and find problems in Zimbabwe. So be for God. God provides for you. So your going back should not be out of fear, but faith. So remove the victim mindset. Victim mindset will make you always to blame other people for your own misfortunes. But when you have faith, you even blame yourself for not trusting much in God. So as you strengthen your faith in God, you will realize that you are growing spiritually and problems are running away from you because you are ignoring them, focusing on Jesus. Satan wants to be ignored. If you ignore Satan, he feels like you are not noticing his presence. So even when problems are in your life, act like you are not seeing them. Just even a lion. When a lion approaches you and you look like you're not even afraid of it, it's not going to do anything to you. But when you panic, a lion is going to come after you. Satan is a roaring lion seeking whom he may devour. Don't give him an opportunity. Don't be afraid of him. Don't be afraid of tough situations. But indeed, I know some of you are not going back to your country because your spouse does not want you to go back. But again, with faith, both of you can believe and trust in God that he will provide for you even when you are in Zimbabwe. Isn't God providing for people who are in Zimbabwe? Aren't there people in Zimbabwe who are doing well? The fact that you are trusting yourself, that's why you don't believe that you can make it in Zimbabwe, because you are trusting yourself. But if you trust God, you can even trust God in any poorest country that you will be in. So God loves those who trust him, even in hard times. So this is the time you should trust in God, and he will provide for you a way. This whole movement may be from God. I'm not saying it is from God, but may be from God, so that you go back to your country and fulfill your promises. There is a reason why you are born in Zimbabwe. There is a reason why you are born in whatever country that you are born in. The reason why God located you to be born in that country, because he has a mission for you in that country. Unless he sends you out and say, my son, my daughter, go out of this country and do this, but obviously he's always going to want you to come back to your homeland, because he wanted you to be born in there for a specific reason. So ask yourself, have you yet fulfilled your purpose? We know the whole duty of man is to fear God and obey his commandments. I know you are obeying his commandments, but you may not have fulfilled God's promises or God's plan for your life in your own country. God may want you to be a Moses of your family. God deliver your family from the bondages, from slavery, spiritual slavery. So this might be a time for you to go back home. Not because you are running away, but because God wants you to do his work in your own country. You will raise people of this country to do work in this country. He allowed you to come here maybe so that you may learn to speak English, like me. I did not speak English in Zimbabwe. I learned English here. So now that I learned English, now I can now go read the Bible and interpret it in English, even back in my country. So you may have been brought here so that you can learn something and take it back to your country. And now it's time. You have passed You have graduated. You can now build a house. You can now do tiles. You can now, it's not only about spiritual things. You can do physical work because you now have experience. You now have courage to approach employers, or you now have courage to do business in Zimbabwe because you have built your courage here. So it's time for you to go back to your country. Hey, before I forget, please kindly subscribe and like and share this video because there is more coming. This channel is going to be important to you. This channel is going to teach you everything you need to know about God. So may God bless the works of your own hands. It's again Peter Mutarani signing out.